Hello and welcome to Bangladesh Today. I'm Mugdha Kapoor. Senior officials of Indian and Bangladesh governments met at Agartala in northeastern Tripura state of India to discuss the methods of identifying graves of Bangladeshi nationals who died during the 1971 Liberation War. Also in this week's episode, strike in Bangladesh called by the country's largest Islami party, the Jamaat-e-Islami, takes a heavy toll on cross-border trade with India.
Bangladesh has sought India's help to identify graveyards in Indian territory where slain soldiers of Bangladesh's 1971 Liberation War were buried. The district magistrate and collector of West Tripura district, Kiran Gitte, said that it has been decided to permit freedom fighters from Bangladesh to visit Tripura to trace the likely graveyards.
Our findings we have given to our counterpart, and in the meeting they have agreed that a team of freedom fighters from their district or other neighboring areas, they will send in future to confirm the names of the persons who are in the graveyard. At least in Ramnagar it is confirmed. Our local persons have also confirmed. Only names we have to confirm, and then the next steps for the repatriation will be taken as per the protocol.
The Bangladesh government is likely to either take the remains of slain soldiers back or look after the graveyards with India's help. In December 2007, Bangladesh had taken the remains of Liberation War hero Hamidur Rahman from Tripura's Kamalpur area and had reburied it in Dhaka with full state honours. Hamidur Rahman, one of 7 war heroes, died aged 18 during the Liberation War against Pakistan. Gitte also revealed that so far 2 burial spots have been identified at Ramnagar and Golchakkar on the fringes of the capital city of Agartala.
Last year, in 2012, our state government had got the list of freedom fighters who are supposed to be buried in our part. So this list was received from the Minister of Home Affairs, then the Minister of MEA, and last year RD department was declared as a nodal department to identify these graves. Since this issue is very old, about say 40 years plus, only 1 or 2 graveyards we could locate till date. One graveyard has been located near Ramnagar, and one people are saying is near Golchakkar.
Tripura had 6 to 7 camps in 4 sectors from where the Mukti Jodhas battled the Pakistani forces during the 9-month-long war in 1971 that eventually led to the creation of Bangladesh. Pakistani troops in 1971 attempted to quell a nationalist uprising in what was then East Pakistan that was triggered by jailing of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
In 1971, Jamaat-e-Islam and their killing group, which is known as Al-Badr, Al-Shams and Rajakar, they have killed thousands of innocent, intellectual, unarmed people in 1971 during the War of Liberation. So this is not new to us, but the problem is how this Jamaat regains so much power in a country like Bangladesh, which was liberated in 1971 through a bloody war. And there Jamaat was on the other side of the fence. I mean, they were supporting the Pakistan army, the army which were carrying the atrocities and genocide. Jamaat supported them, and then they were defeated. But how come they have re-established in this country? This has happened in 1975 after the brutal killing of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, when the politics based on religion was allowed to surface up, and they slowly regained their space and then started killing people again in the name of religion. So this is what Jamaat's acts is. I mean, it's nothing new to us. But we were surprised definitely to see the magnitude of violence. I mean, we're really surprised to see how violent they could be. I mean, they have so much power and they have so much arms and they have so much hatred against other religion and against the innocent people, against the secular-minded people of Bangladesh. So we are opposing them, we are fighting against them, and unarmed people of Bangladesh will continue this war against these fundamentalists, religious fundamentalists. Banning Jamaat-e-Islami is a different issue. It's not banning Islamic party, rather banning a war crime party, the party that has carried out atrocities, genocide in 1971. We are demanding that Jamaat-e-Islam carried this kind of inhuman act, an act against humanity, so they should be banned. So banning Jamaat-e-Islam is a right demand of the people of Bangladesh, but not a politics of religion. I mean, the politics that based on religion should be banned. We have no such agenda. It has to be very clear to the people.
The war ended after Indian troops nearly defeated Pakistan's army. About 300,000 people died and about 200,000 women were raped during the conflict.
So we have seen a lot of violence carried out by Jamaat-e-Islami and its students' wing, particularly after the War Crimes Tribunal pronounced several verdicts. And I don't personally see this is a normal reaction of a party which has opposed independence of this country from Pakistan. What I see, this is a very planned attack on the Bangladesh state. It's an aggression, rather, I must say, on the Bangladesh state. Because the Jamaat-e-Islami accused who are standing in the dock, they are given full support by their lawyers. They have their political party. And after when and their aggression or violence came at a time when only the judgments were pronounced by the tribunal. So it is a very unfortunate thing, and the activities Jamaat-e-Islami and the students were carried out right from January to onward, several months. It is of course everybody will see it as a terrorist activities, and definitely. I consider all these attacks on police and civilians and other establishments is not a normal violence. It's not a normal political violence, but a very calculative violence to stop the war crimes trial. Yes, after the independence of the country, this particular political party, I mean Jamaat-e-Islami, was banned. Because it not only opposed the creation of Bangladesh, but also took part in large-scale massacre of people and the rape of people and damage and destruction. So it was banned by the post-independence government. Following the changeover of 1975, when Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated, the military regime came up and they somehow restored the political right of this political party. But what we have seen for the last 40 years after independence or 42 years after independence, this particular political party cannot be called as a normal democratic political party. Their behavior did not prove that as yet. And even after 42 years, 4 decades of Bangladesh independence, they are acting against the normal democratic pattern. They are acting against the independence and sovereignty of this country, and they are acting against the liberal democratic spirit of this country. So I am supportive of this move, those who demand that Jamaat should be banned politically, and I believe that banning Jamaat-e-Islami will be no harm to a democratic spirit, because Jamaat is not at all a democratic political party.
The War Crimes Tribunal, set up by Mujib's daughter and current Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is now bringing to justice the criminals of 1971.
Meanwhile, the recent strike in Bangladesh, called by the Jamaat-e-Islami and its ilk, affected the country's cross-border trade with India, leaving hundreds of trucks stranded and causing significant financial loss. A report.
The truck drivers maintain that export and import of items had been stalled in West Bengal's South Dinajpur district.
रास्ते में तो बहुत तकलीफ है यहाँ खाने को मतलब जाना पड़ेगा 1-2 किलोमीटर दूर पे पानी भी इसमें नहीं मिलता है जाना पड़ेगा दूर पे बहुत तकलीफ है
आप कहाँ से आ रहे हैं और क्या माल लेकर आ रहा है
हम तो डालखोला से आए लोड किया इसमें मकई
कहाँ जाएंगे आप
जाएंगे बांग्लादेश
The secretary of the Hilly Export Association, Ashok Mandal, said frequent strikes have damaged the country's productivity and also causing massive investment losses.
एक्सपोर्ट बंद नहीं होता है इंडिया में एक्सपोर्ट जो होता है लेकिन एक्सपोर्ट होने के बाद बांग्लादेश के पार्किंग से गाड़ी निकलती नहीं है सब गाड़ी वहीं पर खड़ा हो जाता है इसीलिए पार्किंग फुल हो जाता है गाड़ी पूरा ले नहीं पाता है जहाँ पर गाड़ी हमारा गाड़ी 200 गाड़ी घुसता है वहाँ पर 100-130-140 गाड़ी घुस के पूरा पार्किंग फुल हो जाता है इसी के चलते गाड़ी लंबा लाइन हो गया है और तो बोले हम जो पार्किंग का जो हमारा जो लोकल प्रशासन है जो जिला परिषद के जो अंडर में जो पार्किंग है इसका थोड़ा लापरवाही चलते ऐसा हो गया है.
The Bangladeshi economy has taken a huge hit because of protests and counter-protests since January this year, when a tribunal set up by the government to investigate crimes during the War of Independence against Pakistan began convicting leaders of the Jamaat. Recently, even Bangladesh businessmen had expressed their dismay at the relentless and the countless strikes and shutdowns in the country. They said such moves would cripple the economy.
We don't have any scope to let them grow. This will take this beautiful country and the society back to medieval age, where people had no opinion, no right, and religion governed the whole society or state. So I don't think we can allow them to grow, but curbing them with the iron hand is a military solution, which will not solve the problem. You must have a very strong hand over them, but at the same time, we have to have dialogue with them. We have to convince them. We have to go to the madrasas where these things are coming up, popping up. We should talk to this innocent young teenagers who doesn't really understand the world, and they are given a wrong idea about the world, about the human being, about the woman particularly. So I think they should be given a proper education. So I would advise the government to have a unified educational system for all the youngsters of Bangladesh. Otherwise, the curriculum the madrasas are following is a very old one. It only teaches the religion, and wrongly, not rightly. 100% wrong way of teaching religion to a young man. So he's taking up swords, he's taking up guns, the young man, not knowing what actually he is doing. So my position is very clear that we should be, those who are active with the arms against other religion and other sect or other group of people who doesn't believe the same way they believe, and they are going to kill them, and they are destroying the assets of the country. They should be taken into care. They should be dealt with a very strong hand, but at the same time, we should look into the matter very seriously, and we should go for a dialogue. We should go for mixing up with them. We should tell them, look, this is not the right way to preach Islam or preach a religion. This is a wrong way. You cannot fight 100,000 people. You cannot fight the whole nation, because the Bangladesh is, most of the Bangladesh, 90% are Muslims. They believe in Islam, but they are not radical. They are not radical. So, and every human being, whether he's a Muslim or he's not a Muslim, doesn't matter, has the same right that you have, a madrasa student have. So my position is to have a society where harmony exists.
Bangladesh imports over $4 billion worth of products from India, while India imports less than $1 billion worth of products annually from Bangladesh.
If these strikes and violent demonstrations continue, it could jeopardize the country's aim of becoming a middle-income country by 2021. That is all we have for you in Bangladesh Today this week. Thank you for watching.